Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. I am so excited to be here. Yay! Obviously, didn't tell anyone I was coming on live because it just hit like, okay, go live. Okay, why? I don't know. But here I am. So I wanted to say thank you to everybody who has been here in the community. Really, really grateful for you and your comments, your questions. I wanted to encourage you to ask more questions because I'm going to be answering more questions from the council or the beings of lights. Beings of lights feels stronger right now for you. So if you want to ask any questions that are not personal, but like they are more about general, like what's going on in the world, or like how can we help ourselves ascend, or anything that comes up for you, then you can put them in on the chat and I will be answering them, not today, but later on when I do the channeling itself. On that note, I had a deep channeling on the other night, 2 nights ago, I believe. Yeah, 2 nights ago. And it was so profound. And it was nighttime. I was about to go to bed, and I mean to sleep because I was already in bed, and it just hit, and I was like, okay, something wants to come through me. So I just recorded it on my phone. So it doesn't have video, and it's kind of slow as it was coming through. It's about 11 minutes long, and I have not listened to it to transcribe it because it's just my phone. So it's not like it doesn't do it automatically. But it was a really, really good message and really profound. So I wanted to share a little bit about that. I will transcribe it and then send it to you on the newsletter if you want to see the entire thing. Make sure you are subscribed to my newsletter, and that will come on through sometime this month. It's already the 7th. Like, it's going so crazy. It's wild how fast this year is going to be, even faster than last year. If last year I felt like you don't know what happened, like you were in January and now in December, and like the year's over, this year is going to fly by even faster. That's what it feels like, and it's already feeling like that to me. It feels like New Year's Eve was 2 days ago. So like, let me know in the comments if that's also feeling like that for you, or if you're experiencing that time change as well, where time does no longer feels real, or it no longer feels like you can count on it. And that's one of the signs of ascending, of moving on to the timelines of separating yourself more from the 3D world, which is where we believe that time does exist and it goes from one time to the other, from the past, the present, the future. Whereas in the 5D, we understand more that everything is happening at the same time. Okay, so I wanted to give you a little brief um a brief understanding, or let you know about what I channeled the other day. So you guys are aware, or you have heard perhaps, of what black holes are. Black holes, like in space, right? So from my understanding, which is what I'm assuming a lot of your understanding might be, with black holes in space, is like it's this big black hole somewhere in space, and anything that comes close to it, it just gets sucked into it. And it is so strong, it is so powerful within this black hole, that everything just goes in and it cannot escape. It cannot come back out. It is so strong that it also swallows light. So the speed of light, you guys know how fast that is. It swallows that. Anything that goes by it, it just swallows it up. And the other part that I became aware, like much more recently than several years, is that once everything comes in, it just gets completely destroyed. It gets stretched. It gets just destroyed. Like, so imagine like a thing, right? Like a tissue. I have a tissue here, and it goes in, and it just gets completely like pulled apart into all different places. So that's the understanding that I've had about black holes my whole life. And it's something that had put fear in me. Not that I was ever going to go in space, but it's like, oh wow, like that. Like if you were going to go in space and you hit and you went near a black hole, it can swallow the spaceship, or it can, you know, that's it. Like, you're not coming back from that area. Um, like, not a thing that is like, oh, it's going to take you to the next level, or somewhere that might be good or enlightening or whatever. So that was my understanding. And what I channeled was that we humans, each one of us, are or have a black hole within us, and it is within our heart. And I was like, what? Like, how does that even make any sense, right? Like, what is it? So, you guys have heard, not just from me, but from anyone else that you may be following in this type of topic, that we are being called to go within, right? You go within, you go within, you go within, and you're like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Like, I'm keep asking the questions from other people, other psychics, other healers, other masters, other teachers out there. Like, what does that mean, going within? And going within means just quieting the mind, or quieting the noise, I should say. And go within to feel what is in your heart. So the whole part of thinking and trying to figure out how things work, like what does it mean to go within, that comes from the mind. It comes from like where, like the thinking part, right? That's all in the head, in the thinking. But the heart is the stronger, wiser brain that we carry in our bodies. So um, that's when we're working in meditation to bring heart and brain coherence. That's what we're doing. We're working on bringing the feeling, the powerful engine that we carry in our hearts, to connect to the brain, the thoughts, the wishes, the wants that we want, and make them one, right? Make them combine so they can work together and be able to become aware of the powerful creators that we are, and then create the things that we want. Because it doesn't happen from here, it happens from here, from the heart. That's the engine of the feeling. When you're manifesting something, you're not just saying things, or repeating mantras, or doing, what do you call those, affirmations from the head. That's part of it, but as you're doing it, you are supposed to be feeling into it, imagining what it's like to do that, or be that, or have that. And that comes from the heart, right? Okay, so getting back to the black hole area, what I channeled was that we each have this black hole within us, and that is what it means to go within. And as we have known, or as I have understood, because when I channel something, it is shown to me in a way that I would understand it, right? According to my experiences and to my understanding of life, or things, how those work. So as that happens, as we go within into our hearts, and we begin to lower the volume of the noise of the all of the things that go in our heads. I can't do this, or this is stupid, or what am I doing, or I have to go pick up my child, or the laundry stop, or whatever it is that's in your head, keeping your mind busy from going within and just feeling what it's like to be in that moment, and who you are, just figuring it out. Like, what is it that is in this moment, right? That's the stillness place within your heart. So if in your heart, when you go within, you are able to get to that place, you will go into this black hole that is in your heart, which will destroy everything as you know it. And what that means is all of your ideas, beliefs that you have carried over to bring into this world, that have made who you are, all of the beliefs like, I'm not good enough, or I can't do this by that, or I need XYZ in order to, right? All of these things that have been conditioned through our growing up in our societies, all of those things, or I'm separate from the divine, or I'm not good enough to be the divine itself, all of those things, these are the things that need to fall out or fall apart from our belief system, from our knowing, so that we can allow ourselves to remember and receive the truth of who we are. The truth of who we are, the true infinite light beings that we are, powerful light beings that we are here, created from love, through love. And I'm not talking about the physical act, but like from the creator's love of coming here on this physicality, and being able to experience what we have been experiencing. So when you go within, you begin to remember all of that, where you came from, who the creation, how the creation happened, or where you came from, and how you are actually one with everything. You begin to remember that. And in order to really remember that, understand it, and integrate it within your human three-dimensional body, all of the old beliefs must fall apart, because we cannot hold both truths at the same time. We cannot hold the truth of I'm separate. Um, what's the word? I can't even think of the word. Worthless, or unable to, or any of those limiting beliefs that we have. We can't have the limiting belief and the opposite of the limiting belief at the same time. When we're doing the work, the inner work, we keep going back and forth, right? Like, oh, I'm not good enough. Yes, I am. And you do the work on that, and then for a moment, a second, minutes, maybe even a day, you actually believe it. And you remember that you are worthy. You are all that is. You are connected to everything. You are the divine light. You are the powerful manifester. You can believe it, right? And then life happens, because you are still living in the three-dimensional experience here, and then you go back to like, no, I'm not. I'm just this little person, and anything I do is not going to make a difference. And that's the opposite, right? The limiting belief, what's keeping you trapped in the game, in the three-dimensional game. So in order for you to really believe that you are who you are, and remember your power, remember what you're able to do and who you really are, the other belief must fall apart. And so that is the beauty that this black hole brings to us, the black hole that we have within. It is the gift of, okay, I'm letting go of all that I have believed that is, but actually isn't. And I'm allowing myself now to be in this stillness, in this moment, where I can begin to receive the messages, the remembrances of who I truly am. And while you're in that space, you're able to get the downloads, get the visions, get the thoughts, get the ideas, get the dreams if you're receiving in dream time. All of these things are coming to you as you allow yourself to be in that space. That is going within in your heart, into that black hole that I was shown 2 nights ago. The other beautiful thing that I was shown is when things get ripped apart or destroyed as we are going into this black hole. I didn't see it as being destroyed, like it's over and it's horrible and it no longer exists. Like when we imagine as humans, what would it look like if I destroy something, right? Like you just saw me like rip a tissue, right? Like it just becomes two pieces. If you have a piece of artwork and you start ripping it apart, it just becomes a mess, little pieces, right? All kinds of things like that. It doesn't become, sorry. It doesn't become something that we would think of as beautiful. It just becomes like garbage. I just opened my cell phone because on my laptop it shows there's no one here and there's no comments, but on here I see a comment and some people watching. So hello, if you're here, say hello. To see, oh, it's Wade. Hi, Wade. Yay. Say hi if you're here. So okay, just wanted to acknowledge you. I just had to hint, like, look in your phone, there's somebody here to say hi to. So hello, Wade. Okay, so let me going back to the place I was. Okay, so when you are destroying something, right, like you're ripping something out, you're like pulling things apart or punching through it or hammering through whatever it is, we see that as destruction, as something that will become trash, is making things dirty, all that stuff, right? But what I saw in the channeling that I did, when we are going within and we're allowing ourselves to go in that space, and all of our old beliefs are being ripped apart and destroyed, they didn't show them to me as the death of something that was terrible or horrible. What they showed me was that with each breakage, there were these triangular forms, like triangular figures that would just explode from it. Like the thing would be ripped into these triangular figures that were luminous in beautiful, amazing multicolors. Kind of like, you know, that iridescent paper or iridescent like things. So you have like a little jewel that has like the iridescent thing to give it that shine. It was almost like that. But there were little triangles, and each triangle had all that light. And it was like every time you ripped it, this light was born out of it. Every time you rip something, like an old belief or an old part of you of who you thought you were, that ripping of that part of that thought or belief became these faceted triangles that were full of multicolor light. And it was like these beautiful triangles of gorgeous light just floating into this darkness, into this abyss, the black hole. And they would just float around, lighting the way to where we wanted to go. So as we go within and we allow ourselves to let go of the limitations that we have created for ourselves in order to live and play this game of earth here, as we're allowing that to fall apart, you begin to see and be led from within, from your heart, through the light that the same thing that you used to have is now emitting to take you to the other side, so to speak. I hope this is making sense. Didn't listen to the whole transmission since I recorded it. I started to, and I was like, oh gosh, this is like 11 minutes. It's going to take me forever to like listen and write. And so I kind of like stopped and I didn't go on. But I wanted to come and tell you, like, from what I'm remembering, what the message actually was. So that was so. Oh my gosh! Hi Noel. Hi Jamie. Woo! Nice, nice, nice. So that's the message. That's what I wanted to let you know. I hope this landed with you. Let me know if you understand it. If you need more for me to tell you about it, or how it feels for you. Also remember that everything and anything that you hear from me or anyone else that you're following, always take the parts that feel light for you, that feel amazing, that feel like it's uplifting you, that feel like, hey, this is aligned with me. And let go of anything that is not resonating with you, because if it's not resonating with you, then it's not for you at the time that you're listening to it, right? It's not for you. So if you're feeling heavy or scared or sad about anything that you hear from me or anyone else, just use your discernment to figure out what is true for you, and then follow only those things, right? This is a rule for anything and everything that you do, either with other humans in front of you or with any spiritual beings, or when you're doing your own meditations or your own inner work. Always go with the ones that make you feel good. The ones that are not aligned for you at the time that they're there, because for many reasons. It could be that it's just not for you. It could be that's just not your path. It could be that's just not your belief, or you're not just ready to accept that, or to be able to hold that. And when we're not ready to accept some type of information that comes to us, it does instill fear, because that's what our bodies does. That's what it does. We're created to have fear, through something that is unknown, to keep us safe, right? That's the job of the ego. That's what the ego is doing. So yeah, let me know how this whole thing feels, how this message felt for you. I will transcribe it. I will put the entire message as verbatim when I do get it on paper, and I will send that to all of you who are in my newsletter. So if you're not in the newsletter and you would like to be in it, just put the comment there and I will send you the link to do that, and then you will get the newsletter again sometime this month. Oh my gosh, it's 1222, 3 twos in a row. Angel number. How does it get any better than that? With that, I'm going to end this, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.